And speaking at Climate Week is our National Climate Advisor. And earlier this month, the White House actually announced some changes to the climate team for the administration. And one of them joins me now. Ali Zaidi replaces Gina McCarthy, I should say, as the National Climate Advisor. Congratulations, your first day on the job.
Thank you, thank you.
So we appreciate your spending it with us here. What would you say is first on your to-do list?
You know, we got to skip no beats and just keep running faster and faster on this clean energy opportunity we have in front of us. It's the way we cut costs for consumers. It's the way we cut emissions. So we're really excited about it. That is goal number one.
I like it. Let's talk about the Inflation Reduction Act. And, you know, now's the time to put that planning into action. What does that rollout look like?
Well, number one, we've made it really easy for folks who want to learn more about what the Inflation Reduction Act means for them. People can just go to cleanenergy.gov. And they can look at the different appliances and things like cars, where there are now rebates and tax credits to help them afford cleaner technologies. Take, for example, electric vehicles. There used to be an electric vehicle credit for new vehicles. Now there's one for used vehicles, $4,000 to help people get into a car where they'll never have to go to the pump again.
Wow, that's exciting. I'm glad to hear that. We are seeing a big electric vehicle boom, as you were just mentioning there. Is our infrastructure ready for all these people to have electric cars?
It is getting there, and we're making progress in leaps and bounds. I worked in the early days of the Obama-Biden administration, 2009. Folks remember that? There were 500 chargers in America at that time, 500. Now we're on track for 500,000. We've doubled it already under the Biden administration. So folks will be able to drive from coast to coast and know that there's a reliable network of charging available for them. That's a really great, I think, tool for the American people.
Is there a timeline on that we can give the American people?
Yeah, so we started the administration, we were around 100,000 chargers. Now we're at over 200,000. And by the end of the president's first term, we expect to be on our way to that 500,000 mark.
That's fantastic. All right, so not everyone excited for the government spending outlined in the Inflation Reduction Act. So how do you justify this investment when Americans are still feeling that pinch at home?
This is about helping them deal with that pinch. You know, you think about a family budget, right? Home heating and cooling costs, that's about half what people spend on energy. Now we're going to have a tax credit to put in an electric heat pump. That means people can knock hundreds of dollars a year off of those heating and cooling costs. 30% tax credit for everybody, and for low and moderate income Americans, a rebate to swap out the whole thing. So this is meeting people where they are in this moment of real sensitivity to energy costs. We're getting them the tools they need to cut those costs.
Good news. I'm sure people are happy to be hearing that. Now, more green energy for the U.S. means more jobs in that sector. Do we have enough skilled laborers to actually keep up with this transition? And if not, how do we fix that?
Yeah, you know, we used to talk about green jobs as if they were jobs on another planet. What's really exciting to me is these are jobs using skills people already have. So those electric vehicle chargers, electricians, members of the IBEW, they're out there doing that work. Our auto workers who used to make parts for the internal combustion engine are now doing the same work for electric vehicles. Building tradespeople who are used to building all the infrastructure in the country are now helping us retrofit and upgrade it to make it climate smart. Even in agriculture, we have farmers and ranchers, 50,000 folks, farms signed up just last week to help do climate smart agriculture. So this is about everybody bringing the talent they have to the table to help us meet this moment.
I love your passion. Where did this passion come from?
Oh man, it's so exciting. I grew up outside of Erie, Pennsylvania, and everything I think about is through the vector of the people I grew up with. This is opportunity for them, this is cost savings for them, and this is helping us meet the moment on a real big deal issue for the planet.
Let's talk about the Paris Agreement. Will we rejoin that, and how are we keeping up with the goals outlined in that agreement?
You know, we have now got steps in motion that will help us meet our obligations under Paris. Now, look at the reality is this. Paris was about bringing the whole world together, and that's what we have to do. So in oil and gas, there's this type of emissions, methane, super polluting greenhouse gas. The president not only signed up for really strong approach to cut methane emissions here in the United States, he's brought along over 100 countries to do the same thing in a global methane pledge. That's why we're here in New York. We got to spread the good news of the clean energy opportunity that we're pioneering here in the United States. Make sure everybody has access to that technology.
Do you think we are leading the way going into COP27?
I absolutely feel that way. You know, we showed up to the first UN climate conference in Glasgow last year, and there was a lot of trepidation. There was a lot of questioning. America's here, but will we lead? America's here, but are we here to stay? Well, we're answering with all of our might. The United States Congress, states, local governments, the private sector, workers, young people, rural, urban, we are here. We're here to win the clean energy race, and we're here to help lead everybody in the right direction, which is where we got to go as fast as we can.